Today is Ramadan. This might be one of the most random videos, to be quite fair, on this channel yet to this day. As you know, I make the most random videos on the podcast channel, but today is actually a very interesting, cool day. Great content for today as well, if I can say so myself, because today is actually Ramadan, believe it or not. And excuse my pussy in the background acting up all. Don't know what got into it today, but yeah, today's Ramadan. It started, at least here in the Netherlands, last night at 12 o'clock, and it ends on the 12th of May, which is basically a whole month. It's pretty cool, I suppose. We are a multicultural country here in the Netherlands, which means that we have varieties of people living here, not just only the Dutch people, but we've also got Turkish, Moroccan, Arabians. Not a lot, I think, because I don't see any Arabians, at least in my place where I live, but a lot of Turkish people, which equals good food. Obviously, Turkish food is just something different, I think. But yeah, let me... Go away! Asshole, I'm ruining my video. I'm a professional. What is Ramadan? I'm sorry, but this is so weird. So Ramadan is the Arabic name for the 9th month in the Islamic calendar. Watch this video get demonetized. You want to bet? It is considered one of the holiest Islamic months. It's also one of the 5 pillars of Islam. These are 5 principles which Muslims believe are compulsory acts ordered by God. Muslims believe that some of the first verses of the Islamic holy book, the Quran, were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad during the month of Ramadan. Extra emphasis is placed on reciting the Quran at this time. Fasting is considered to be an act of worship which enables Muslims to feel closer to God and strengthen their spiritual health and self-discipline. I can only say massive respect for those who do that. I personally cannot see myself in a situation like that, obviously, since I'm not Muslim as well. But even if I was, I can only imagine that it must be very, very hard and difficult. What I do during the days, I don't consider fasting, but sometimes before a mukbang video, I don't eat for 5 or 8 hours. Would you guys consider that fasting? I don't. I just don't eat on purpose so I can make a video with a lot of food. How does this work in practice? So Muslims have an early morning meal before dawn, known as suhoor or sahri. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these words. They break their fast after sunset for the evening meal called iftar or fitor. These words are pretty difficult, man. I'm sorry. Ramadan is also a time when Muslims are encouraged to give to charity, strengthen their relationship with God, and show kindness and patience. Okay. During this month, believers also head to the mosque for an additional night prayer called Tarawih. This is only held during Ramadan. Okay, so now they're just going to ask how it's going to be different because of COVID. I did search up. I'm obviously using Google right now because I need to get my facts straight for these kind of videos. Not trying to offend any of my Muslim brothers out there, obviously, and sisters. But yeah, this is pretty cool, actually. What are the rules of Ramadan? Well, during Ramadan, Muslims abstain from food and drink from dawn to dusk. Yes, even water. When the sun sets, there is a communal meal called iftar, where you break your fast, usually with your family or friends. So I actually, matter of fact, knew 2 kids on my school who were both Muslim. One of them did Ramadan like strict, which during the day you could see him. He was, I swear to God, that guy during the day at school, dude looked really dead, man. Like, he was not looking good at all, like, compared to us. Because you know what the most frustrating thing about for him, which I could obviously only imagine, is we were all eating and he was the only kid with 1 or 2 other guys who were also Muslim during Ramadan that weren't allowed to eat. But one of the guys actually I knew didn't do Ramadan, although his family is very strict on it. His family did it. He actually personally didn't care about it that much, which I think Ramadan isn't something that you are required to do, if I'm not mistaken. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but I have read that females that are pregnant, or maybe females in general, but I know females that are pregnant, kids till a certain age, I think, and old people shouldn't do these things, and they don't, because it can dehydrate them and stuff. What are 3 reasons why Ramadan is important? Muslims believe that Ramadan teaches them to practice self-discipline, which I think I agree with, yeah, completely. Self-control, sacrifice, and empathy for those who are less fortunate, thus encouraging actions of generosity and compulsory charity, zakat. Wow, it's actually incredible. It's actually very interesting. I'm a Christian, but I don't like go to church and pray for those kind of things. But it's very interesting to see these kind of things. Like, this is actually very cool. So, can I kiss my wife? Private parts in Islam. At the same time, there is no mentioning of such act as a part of foreplay in Hadith, although Islam stresses on the importance of foreplay, as kissing, touching, and the like are explicitly mentioned in Hadith. Intercourse has to be avoided unless foreplay takes play according to Sunnah. Interesting. Is it haram to have a crush? If you have crush on someone, it is not considered haram in Islam, but you should not do any act on your crush while contradicts the principles of Islam. Loving someone, admiring someone is not at all haram. It's actually pretty interesting if you compare like the Christian religion to the Islam. It's actually it's not similar at all, not at all, but it's pretty interesting seeing the diversities. You know what I mean? Can you use condoms in Islam? Let's check this out. Permanent contraception, like, okay, we're not gonna answer that one. It's actually pretty interesting. Like, I wanted to make this video so I can acknowledge the fact that I may have some Muslim followers here. I don't know if I've got any people watching from Morocco, Turkey, etc. But here in the Netherlands, at least, it is quite a big thing. It's very interesting. I don't have nothing against it. Matter of fact, I think it's maybe using the word cool is a little bit harsh to say, but I do think it's pretty interesting to see. So it ends at the last night of the month of Ramadan. Frequency annual, so the amount of days is 30 days. It's actually quite heavy. I can only imagine how heavy that must be. So I'm assuming at the time that you're allowed to eat, right, that you're going to fast and feast a lot. Let's sugar Psychophase. I want to say it's the same, but it's not. No, Psychophase is something else. That is coming up the 12th of May till 13th of May, which is something different, which is also pretty cool. That's why I gotta be honest, I'm very lucky and fortunate having Turkish places here in the neighborhood, because I swear to God, their stuff is so good, man. I love multicultural dishes. I think it's probably one of the awesome things. A lot of people don't like it. I don't really care. You can't deny and not appreciate the food, because the food is, no offense, but I think Turkish food is better than Dutch food. Like, I don't know what it is, just the taste. It's just much better. And matter of fact, yes, we do actually serve halal food in our supermarkets as well here. I don't know if they all do it, but at least the Jumbo here has got like halal chicken, halal beef, halal etc. stuff. It's not a lot, but it's decent for what you need. But obviously, if you're Turkish or Muslim, you want to grab halal food, you obviously go to your local place and grab your stuff if you know it, even if you've got it. Okay, this is interesting. Is it okay to listen to music during Ramadan? Some Muslims also believe that music should not be listened to during Ramadan, as it is haram. Forbidden or prescribed, it's very difficult for me, by Islamic law. Playing loud music is not advised, nor is driving and playing loud music at the same time. In addition, the lyrics shouldn't have any swearing in them. I don't know if these things are actually true. I'm reading these on Google itself, not on Wikipedia, because I've read that Wikipedia you can just change in any second. Wow, it is actually okay. Let's see this. What is forbidden in Ramadan? Prohibitions during Ramadan. Eating, drinking, and activities are not allowed between dawn and sunset. Fasting is considered an act of deeply personal worship in which Muslims seek a raised level of closeness to God. Is it haram to kiss before marriage? Originally answered, in love before marriage, is kissing allowed or not in Islam? No. No kissing or any kind of touching allowed in Islam for unmarried people, even if they will get married, because that person is haram to you. So any kind of touching is haram and should not be done. That is only done in marriage. So what happens if you do it before marriage? That's a genuine question I want to ask you guys. You don't have to necessarily be Muslim, I'm assuming, for that, but what happens with that? Is it like a sign of disrespect? I'm assuming it is, right? Okay, we got, god damn, it's a lot of questions. Do you lose weight during Ramadan? A lot of people will lose weight in Ramadan simply because the portion sizes change. When you fast for a long period of the day, your stomach can become small and therefore hold less food. You may also find your appetite changes. Thus, swearing break your fast. Cursing, shouting, lying, telling tales, falsely testifying, listening to music, they do not break the fast, but engaging in such behaviors deprives the person of rewards and God's forgiveness. Fasting is not only about refraining from eating and drinking. Wow. This is interesting. Can Muslims get tattoos? The majority of Muslims consider permanent tattoos to be haram, so forbidden. Based on hadith or traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, the details provided in hadith help to understand the traditions relevant to tattoos as well as other forms of body art. So a lot of things allowed, a lot of things not allowed, which we in the Netherlands, do, tattoos. Wow, it's actually can Muslims smoke? Now this is a very interesting one. The Holy Book of Islam, the Quran, does not specifically prohibit or denounce smoking, but gives behavioral guidance. Don't throw yourself into danger by your own hands. So this is the weird thing, right? I had a Muslim friend at school. Well, friend, he was a bit of a on and off friend, I think. But he smoked cigarettes and some other stuff, etc. But at least from what he told me, he wasn't allowed at home. And his parents, I think his parents did it, but he wasn't allowed to at home. But he was like 17, I think. Do Muslims drink coffee? Because Muslims eat only during dark hours during Ramadan. Drinking coffee can mess with already fragile sleep schedules. This is especially so during suhoor, after which many Muslims try to go back to sleep for a few hours before the work and school day begins. I want to say I want to try this out, but this is maybe too heavy for me. And I don't want to interfere with this. Obviously, it's nothing. I have nothing to do with it. It's none of my businesses, obviously, but it's pretty interesting. I think it's very cool to see. So yeah, if I got any Muslim friends here that are watching, I want to bless you, obviously. I can only admire and have respect for it. I mean, I just seriously can't imagine what it must feel like. But I do wonder, I don't know if I asked this in the video before, but is this something you have to do required each year, or can you do this voluntarily? So let's say you're 18 or 19, you are Muslim. Are you required to do this, or is this by choice? Like, I'm very interested about it. Does it also depend on how strict your family are? Because I do know some people are Muslim, they don't do the Ramadan, not everyone does it, but if you do it, is it strictly out of respect to your God, or is it because you have to do it? Like, the genuine question, I think is very interesting if someone could answer this. I know I could probably search it up, but I just like knowing it from you guys. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this video will probably either get demonetized or get a lot of dislikes because it's, it's a religion thing, but I thought we'd just talk about this since it is very cool. And let's be honest, what other YouTubers is going to talk about this that is not Muslim? Because I know a lot of Dutch YouTubers here that are pretty well known will make videos on this, but I'm curious if any like Dutch person will make a video on this, which I'm pretty curious about. But yeah, well, hope you guys enjoyed this different video on Keegan's podcast today. Got a new ASMR video coming out later on the ASMR channel. Tomorrow we've got a new video on Keegan's podcast coming out and a new chicken strips mukbang video. I recorded that video at 11 at night last night, so I don't have to record it tomorrow, which is perfect. And a new video on Keegan's podcast Friday, and I think a new ASMR as well. Yeah, a new ASMR, yes. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, and good luck to everyone that is doing this part of the Ramadan. My prayers will be sent to you, obviously, and well, I don't eat a lot during the day anyway, so I'm kind of, I guess, used to not eating a lot. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and good luck, everyone. Peace out.